So we are filming another Disney chat, and I always feel like I have to apologize for the glare in our glasses, because, you know.
It's the way it is, our glasses. We're not professionals.
No, we're using a ring light, so you might see little circles in our eyes, but it's lit up better, so I think that's better.
That's all I see in my glasses are glare.
Yeah, it glares. It is what it is. Anybody who wears glasses knows. We're all decked out. I got my, I don't know if you can make it out. I think you can. It's Mike and Sully on my ears. He's got Mickey on his. This is very, like, unscripted. We don't have lists. None of it. So it could be interesting. Oh, do you see our new Mickey blanket behind me? That looks nice. We are just going to talk about our rankings of the 4 parks today. So, favorite to least favorite.
Oh.
And then we'll talk about why we feel that way. I'm also having my breakfast and my coffee over here, so. Okay, so we're gonna list them off from 4th favorite to top favorite, and then we'll talk about the reasons why. And I'm gonna start. So, and again, this is impromptu, so I have to think for a second. But my 4th favorite park, oh, really quick before we get into it, there is a little bit of a, I don't know if you call it a caveat or what you call it. These are our park rankings today. I want to say that because, for me anyway, they change sometimes.
Yeah. And
this is based on the state the parks were in the last few times we were there. You know, they might change, you know, depending on attractions or things like that. This is our favorites right now. With that said, my number 4 park right now is Epcot.
Whoa.
Epcot used to be like pushing out.
That was
for number 1.
Tied, yeah.
It's number 4 right now.
Is it just because Future World?
So Future World is basically non-existent for me anyway. I don't like Mission Space. You know, Test Track and Soarin' are very fun rides, but I don't feel like my day is missing anything if I don't do them. People are screaming at me right now over Soarin', I know, but it's fun. But it's not enough that, like, I would never go there for Soarin'. Spaceship Earth, I go to Epcot for Spaceship Earth. But that, most likely, will not be operating next time I go. So, you know, that's not helpful. It's just, the rest of Future World is just basically a ghost town. So that's not good. I love World Showcase. But because half the park's torn up, I feel like Epcot has to have that 4th place for me.
I would put 4. It's still going to be Animal Kingdom for me. It's just, there's, you know, I love Everest. Mm-hmm. I like Dinosaur. And yes, I like Flight of Passage. I don't think I love it as most people do. I mean, it is an amazing ride and everything, but I also have to throw in the fact that you can hardly get on it.
Yes.
For one.
Yep.
And yes, the land is, I mean, Animal Kingdom is probably the best overall themed.
Yes, I would agree.
Because it feels the least like a theme park. Mm-hmm. And it's very, I mean, she always remembers when I first saw Everest, it was like, I gasped more than a lot of other things.
That was like his Disney moment. Like, I always say that people who have never been to Disney World have a Disney World moment when you realize, oh my gosh, this is Disney World. I feel like that was his moment when he saw Everest for the first time.
Wow, that looked so real, except the fact that there's a roller coaster coming out.
But from certain angles, you can't see it.
Yeah, it looked so real, and you're among all this lush garden and things like that. So, I mean, obviously these are like, they're not like these are huge gaps between the parks.
We don't hate any of the parks. If you have to
pick number 4, yeah, I love Animal Kingdom, and it's, to me, the best themed overall because it's so realistic.
Yeah.
It's the most realistic theming.
Yeah.
Because you've got actual countries and things.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have a lot to do, I guess. I could spend the least amount of time there.
Yeah, and I would totally agree with that, and that has played itself out on our trips. Yeah. Even our very structured, planned trips, we didn't spend quite as long of days
Yeah.
at Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is my number 3 park, so as long as we're talking about it. It's normally my number 4 also, but Epcot, because half of it's missing.
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom has, gotten it out. But on the Flight of Passage part, I mean, I absolutely love Flight of Passage. The first time I rode it was just like an experience. But I can't talk. Re-rideability is an issue, I do think, too. If I rode it time after time after time after time, it would lose some of the awe factor, I think.
Probably.
Maybe not everybody agrees with me. Again, man, I'm beating on Soarin' and Flight of Passage. People are just going to stop. Yeah. They're going to unsubscribe.
Well, I'm not. I agree with Soarin', too. I think Soarin' is obviously a good ride, but it's one of the most overrated ones, I thought.
I agree.
It's fun, but it's, I guess, everybody said before we went, oh, it's so good. I'm like, it's good, and I have fun, but it's not amazing to me.
No, and we have a very similar ride at the Mall of America. I mean, you can ride rides like Soarin' in other places.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is not a beat on Soarin' thing. No. We like Soarin', but in Flight of Passage, I feel very differently about it. It's an incredible experience, but it is hard to get on. And let me tell you, I would love to know in the comments if you agree with me on this or not, but that dang pre-show, you should only ever have to watch it your first time.
That's a little long.
I get nothing from the pre-show the later times we watch it.
I mean, in honesty, we're not fans of the movie.
We're not, and that probably makes a difference. And again, we should caveat that too. We don't hate the movie. We just didn't love it the way some other people did, and we've only seen it once, so we probably should watch it again. But yeah, so maybe that's part of it. Maybe if you're a huge fan of the movie and the whole story behind it, then that has more meaning.
Has a lot. Everybody just loves the ride anyway. I don't think the movie itself is a big part of it.
I don't think so either. And the
land is amazing and all that.
Oh, it's amazing. It's the best. Well, you were already saying the Animal Kingdom is the best themed park.
Yeah.
Pandora is right up there with being one of the best themed worlds.
Yeah.
But yeah, so poor Animal Kingdom. The weird thing is they have a lion, which should put him in number 1.
Yeah, we love the safari.
But I absolutely love the safari. So yeah, number 4 for him, number 3 for me. What's your number 3 park right now?
It would probably be Epcot. I was trying to judge it overall. All the it's usually a little higher. It's not that's gone down for me because of the construction or whatever. I try to judge it normally. It's just that some of the other parks have really upped their game.
Yeah, that's true too.
But yeah, Epcot's probably 3rd right now. Future World, it was a little outdated. It was still neat because we hadn't been there, the first. But I liked it, and I like Living with the Land. I like that pavilion.
Ooh, I do like Living with the Land. Yeah.
Test Track is another one for me that is a little overrated. It's fun, but I don't have to hit it every time.
Yeah, and that's another one that the pre-show, so to speak, once you've done it,
yeah, the car thing.
We sound like such downers. People are going to hate us after this video.
The outside fast part is fun, but the rest of the ride is okay.
Well, and I've seen video now of, what is it, Radiator Springs that matches Test Track?
Yeah.
That's so awesome. And our theme is car.
And I'm also a Ford Jeep guy, not a Chevy guy.
Yeah, that's true. No. Yeah, the Soarin' and Test Track thing, it's not that we don't like them. Yeah. They're very fun rides.
Yeah.
We just don't like them as much
Space is okay. The building is like one of the coolest buildings. I don't like
Mission Space at all.
But other than that,
I didn't like it at all. But I've only done green, and it was super boring to me. But I have motion sickness, so I don't trust myself on orange. But you said orange wasn't that much different?
There was one part that was different.
Yeah.
The takeoff is a lot more intense.
Yeah.
Anyway, but World Showcase is great. I love that. But again, we're not huge foodie people. So we don't get the as much out of it as some people. I think we like the shops more than
well,
the food.
and the things that we love are like the giant pretzel in Germany.
Yeah.
Talk about boring. The the normal things, not the festival foods necessarily, and not even like the specialty things from each country.
Yeah.
Because we're wimpy about trying new stuff a little bit. So
I think we enjoy the shops more than
I love the shops, and I love the, I don't know if you'd call it the cultural aspect or what it is, seeing like the buildings and the design for each country and all that. I love that. Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird for me to say that Epcot is down.
It used to be one of your favorites.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when it's all redone, how we feel about it.
Yep.
I'm sure we feel differently than a lot of people because we've only been going to Disney since 2016. So we don't have this history with Epcot as it was. I know people are devastated about the changes that are happening, but we don't have that history. So
I mean, Spaceship Earth is easily my favorite ride in Epcot. I love Spaceship Earth.
hands down. Hands down. Best ride.
Right.
Second, it came in second in our ride brackets.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so number 2, man, is this hard for me right now. If I base this on our last trip, number 2 is Magic Kingdom.
Whoa.
Ooh, it's like pains me to say that. But, yeah. So before we talk about these parks, number 2 is Magic Kingdom. Number 1 is Hollywood Studios for me.
And
How do they rank for you?
those.
You'd swap those. So number 1 is Magic Kingdom for you? Okay. So I don't even know where to start. Magic Kingdom has the castle. So it seems like that has to be number 1, right? But Hollywood Studios, I mean, how much were we in Hollywood Studios on this last trip?
Yeah, a lot.
And it was mostly my idea.
Yeah, we kept going back.
I kept wanting to go. So, first of all, I'm in love with the Skyliner, which that's a Hollywood Studios Epcot thing. So that, was a little factor. But, I mean, we love Star Wars. Him more than me. But we both really love it. And Galaxy's Edge is, even if you don't like Star Wars, Galaxy's Edge is incredible. It's incredible. The detail, the everything. Toy Story Land is amazing. I mean, again, the detail. Amazing. Tower of Terror is high up there on my list of favorite all-time rides.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. I don't ride Rock and Roller Coaster, so I can't speak to that.
I like that one too.
And I don't ride Star Tours. I rode it the first time, and I don't fit super well in the car, and it just wasn't worth it for me. So that's weird. And I've never done a single show, so it's super weird that Hollywood Studios is up there.
I love Sunset Boulevard. I like the town area of Hollywood Studios. I like that.
And can I tell you, at Christmas, Hollywood
it's
Studios,
great.
hands down, they do such a good job with their Christmas decorations, and the show that is projected on Tower of Terror, just amazing. I love the lake. I can't think of the name of it right now, with Gertie the dinosaur in it.
Lake.
Echo Lake, yep. I love that. I just love that whole area. We saw the Star Wars fireworks show for the first time on the last trip, and that was great. And even the area where you wait for the fireworks, I mean, we were front and center 10 minutes before the show, so that was really nice. Yeah, I love the atmosphere. I love the music. I love the street people out doing their shows. It's my favorite park right now. And what's funny is I haven't ridden Rise of the Resistance, and Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway wasn't there yet when we were there. So 2 of their newest, biggest attractions I haven't even done yet, and I still feel this way about it. Slinky Dog? Man, we poo-pooed Slinky Dog when they talked about it. We were like, it's going to be a kiddie coaster. We don't need another kiddie coaster. I love it. It is a kiddie coaster.
But it's fun.
But it's so fun. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Hollywood Studios since I'm talking about
said
it?
It all.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I love Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. And he has ridden Rise of the Resistance.
And that's amazing. Probably the best ride now there.
Yeah.
The Millennium Falcon is...
Oh, yeah.
The ride itself is fine.
It's very fun.
It's very fun.
Mm-hmm.
But if you judge it against just the ride itself, it's not it's top.
Basically Star Tours, but a little better.
Yeah, but the
ride.
fact that you are in the Millennium Falcon and in the cockpit, that is amazing just right there. I could go in there and sit and look at everything and not do the ride, and I'd be over the moon.
Well, the queue, you're walking through it, and just
that's what I'm saying.
seeing it when you walk around the corner. There's the
that's just amazing.
It's so awesome.
Life size, So that's a dream come true in itself, just to see that. So, yeah, I love Hollywood Studios. It's so close to. It's gotten so much better over the last few years.
Oh, for sure. And the thing that I forgot to mention is SciFi Diner.
Oh yeah, our
SciFi Diner, I think it's called. That's very close to our favorite place to eat.
Yeah.
We love it there. So that's another high praise for it.
We've always had a good time there, it seems like. So.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Magic Kingdom.
And Magic Kingdom, for me, is always going to be number one. There's no way that'll ever not be number one, because that's what it is. That's what Disney World is for me.
That's why it was so hard for me not to put it as my number one. I mean,
it's going to be
neck.
It doesn't matter if I don't know, there's a Star Wars park with I mean, that won't even. There's something about Magic Kingdom. Yeah.
Did you all hear that? Okay.
There's something about Magic Kingdom that is going to be forever.
Yeah.
The place.
Yeah.
It's just like,
You may.
It's like your first car or something, where it's compared to the new technological cars, it's a piece of junk, but it's your first car. Your favorite. Yeah.
So it makes me think about when I went with my sister, which was the first time I ever went to Disney in January of 2016. We went to Florida and we went to Animal Kingdom as part of our trip. And it was amazing. It was great. But we had no plans of going anywhere else. And then a blizzard here in Minnesota stranded us there for 5 extra days. Shoot. So we ended up going to Magic Kingdom. And when we walked through the gate of Magic Kingdom, it was like, oh, this is Disney World. Animal Kingdom is not Disney World if it's your first experience. It's just not, Disney World. I walked in and just was like, okay, yep, this is it. And then when you walk around that corner and see the castle for the first time,
a Main Street and the castle. I mean, if you break it up into the areas, like, it's not all. I mean, maybe it's a little more kid-centric in some parts, but I don't know. You put it all together, it's got Haunted Mansion, it's got Pirates, it's got Space, it's got Splash, Space, it's got, like, the iconic, 40-year-old rides.
And it has...
And more dark rides.
It has Happily Ever After.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We watched Happily Ever After on TV last night, and it made me want to cry. It's fantastic.
But there's just a special feeling about being at the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And it's where Animal Kingdom is amazingly themed, but it's themed after real places. So, like the old building, the rundown buildings, and the different plants and whatever. So it's amazing that that's not a real place.
Yeah.
How well it's done.
That's true.
It's all built from nothing, but it feels like you're in a real place.
That's true.
Where the Magic Kingdom is themed also, but it's themed mostly fantasy.
Fantasy, yep.
So you're looking at this giant castle that it's real, but that's nowhere else on Earth. You're going to find a castle that looks like that. You find castles, but not like...
Not Cinderella's.
Yes, you know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know.
Yep.
It's just a hard feeling to describe when you're there. And
it is. And, as we were talking about it right now, it's making it really hard for me not to change my answer. But I'm not going to. Hollywood Studios is where it's at for me right now. But Magic Kingdom is amazing.
I mean, Haunted Mansion is my favorite ride.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Again, that's like that. That was my first ever experience at Magic Kingdom, first ever dark ride. And if I compare it, if I'm thinking logically about Rise of the Resistance and Haunted Mansion, well, yes, there's more advances and technology in Rise of the Resistance, and that's probably 10 times better as a ride. But the feeling I get from Haunted Mansion and
the nostalgia,
that just makes it my favorite.
Yeah.
But so it's got that. I mean, I love Columbia Harbor House.
Ooh, yeah.
And Liberty Tree is good. I mean, they've got Casey's. Just like good old things there.
And even like the Emporium and
The music on Main Street. And
the little sweet shop at the beginning. And
so, there you have it.
That's it. So, we're basically in agreement right now that Epcot and Animal Kingdom are in the a little bit lower tier. Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom are where it's at. Yeah. Right now.
It's not to say that we don't love the other ones.
I love them all. If you told me the only way I could ever go to Disney World again for the rest of my life was only to go to Epcot or Animal Kingdom in your case, that's just fine. We still love them. We want it back so bad. We can't wait for Disney World to reopen. But yeah, that's it. That's it for us today. Sorry, it was a little discombobulated and all over the place because we didn't have a plan, but who doesn't like to just sit and chat about Disney for a little bit? It was a much needed Disney conversation. So this video will go up today. And then we'll plan some more little Disney chats too. But if you liked it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell button if you want to be notified when new videos go up. And we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.